Autofocus, bitch. You don't know what's up.
Autofocus on my face, ho, not the wall.
Okay. Is it tilted now too? How did I? Back up.
When you pull out too fast.
I don't think I'd ever want someone to actually help me clean up.
No, I'm good. I'll do that myself, thanks.
Okay, I did hear this though. There is a salon that actually does like rectal cleaning for you. Full on like...
Do I get to take a nap? Like, are they gonna like put me out and I come out and like all the pipes are empty?
Hello, and welcome back to What's the Safeword? I'm Bolt and...
Daddy James?
Yes, yeah?
Yeah,
yes.
Sure. Paid for them myself.
And James here is another guest on our 12 Gays of Christmas. Yay! Introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do in this community?
I started in the community more, most people knew me in more of a pup role. When I moved to Seattle, I started as a service boy and found my inner puppy, or as I more see it, as my inner dog. Jack Russell Terror here.
Are you dabbing?
Oh god, no, I didn't even...
Jack Russell?
See? I saw like I'm seriously an old man on the inside because I don't even know what that means.
It's an internet thing,
okay.
Guys.
Yeah. What is the internet? I got her.
You've never been on it? I'll have to show you.
I've heard there's good videos there.
There's really good videos. There's a lot of porn. It's full of it.
Gender-wise, I have someone acknowledging that I'm a boy or I'm on the male spectrum. So for a while there I was like, oh, this is great. And then as I started doing it, I was like, no, sir, I want to be you. I want to do what you do. This is great and all. Yeah. I like this. Might do it every now and then, but how do I do all this? This is nice.
Oh, no, I was scooting you over. If you're gonna put a leg on me instead, I don't mind this at all. Seriously, there's a leg down here with the boot. You identify as male.
Yes.
That is.
Yeah.
That's something different that we haven't actually had on
right,
the show
yeah.
or talked about on this show.
Welcome to the dark side. We have trans men. You know, what I've noticed in being active in the greater kink community versus just the LGBT community and larger, this community has a lot more focus on consent or iterating what boundaries are. You know, as a trans man, there were parts of my body that I was like, nope, no fly zone, and I was now in a situation in being in the local community where they're like, that's fine, we have these talks called negotiations, and you can tell us that, and we go from there. I had experienced people ignoring boundaries or never asking for them. Being kinky really taught me how to iterate what I like, say what I don't like, and really start having an area and people to explore with.
So what's your favorite kink? Top 3 kinks?
Top 3, fisting, water sports, and impact play.
Fuck yeah.
So this video may go a little longer, but you won't get to see it, guys. Sorry.
You want some white stuff?
You know, if I knew what it was, maybe.
It's hair gel.
We had a little makeup moment.
Shut up. Have you ever had one of those moments where you're like, I want to go back to the beginning of the scene and tell myself something so I don't fuck it up?
I had a scene, it was one of the first scenes when I became part of my leather family. It was like hey, welcome to the family beating. Beating's going on. It's going great. I'm like watching Grayson's mouth, watching his breathing, matching it, being like, okay, we're good. Life is good. And then I made eye contact with him. And just lost it. Just started giggling my ass off. And then he started giggling his ass off. Oh, this is funny now, huh? I probably would have said, just don't make eye contact with fellow subs while bottoming, because you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
You'll get punished.
Yes.
I know that. Do you face any stigma being who you identify as in the LGBT community? BDSM.
Yeah.
BDSM.
In the BDSM community, I think less so than in the general society, or even closer to home in the queer community. In the BDSM community, it's pretty much because there are certain things that don't have to be sexual or involve your genitals. I find that myself as a trans guy, I don't face as many stigmas because it's like it doesn't matter what tools I have in my pants, I'm still gonna hit you really hard. Actually, the testosterone helps with that too now, so.
I mean, and if you're into fisting,
I've got really great beginner paws. I do. They're great.
Oh my god.
And they're great for like, you know. I went to massage school, so I can really work it from the inside out. There is still a level of stigma. We have a lot of unfortunate levels of misogyny in our community, so, well, I've had experiences with gay men that are like, oh, you're really hot. Oh, you don't have a penis. Well, actually I do. To me, what testosterone's made grow, maybe only ring pop size, but that's a penis for me.
Or you could take out your little packer and like.
Oh yeah, I love doing that. One time, I was coming out of the bathroom and my packer fell, and my partner started laughing at me, so I threw it at him. And I was like, go ahead, keep laughing. I've got a whole row more of dicks in this drawer.
You're kind of saying that you face less stigma in the BDSM community and the queer community.
Yeah. Things that I found that like to find themselves to be a little bit more normalized. Like there is some heteronormativity where we find comfort in going in with what society says is normal.
Yeah.
But I'm queer and I know I don't fit in any of your little boxes. My hand might fit, but the rest of me doesn't. So
big question we ask all our guests so far. What do you think that the LGBT community has gifted you?
The LGBT community has, for the first time, it gave me something that I wanted to fight for that involved myself. Before I came out as a trans man, I was in the Air Force ROTC because I had always had this desire to fight for a cause, but it was before Don't Ask, Don't Tell got repealed, and they just barely now allowed trans people in the military, so I had that scholarship revoked. So I wasn't gonna pay 40 grand a year anymore, so that big kind of like, oh crap, like I was about to put my life on the line for people who don't care about people like me. Whereas being in this greater queer community, we have so many adversities set against us. It gave me something to fight for. It's something that I wanted to protect and really kind of anchor me to something instead of feeling nomadic and moving places and trying to figure out where home was, and where I realized home is in the community. It's not a specific place.
Stop making me cry. All these guests.
It's not really necessarily a funny story about coming out. It's I found it funny because obviously it was giving them mental anguish. But my grandmother I'm public on Facebook, so saw my Facebook profile. My mother decided to call my grandmother and was talking to her about me. My grandmother freaked out because I'm a dog. I'm putting myself in subjugation to other people. Basically, I'm burning in sin. You know what? She's private on Facebook and I can't see any of her things, but she's taken enough time out of her life to go check out my profile. You can enjoy the show. It's a free admittance, but you don't get to do a critique.
What's your safe word?
Hydrangea.
Because of your grandma?
Because of my grandma. So my grandmother had hydrangeas along the side of the house and they were her favorite plant. She's my least favorite person. A way of really saying, hey, sexy time is over as we think about grandma.
If I had a safe word about my grandma, I would immediately get turned off.
When you can't get a cock ring off, just think about grandma.
Oh, sure. You wanna like plug anything? Butt plug anything?
I don't think y'all can see it right now, but I have a little wrist strap that... Come on up.
That's close. Too blurry.
Too blurry.
Okay,
too blurry. Something that I learned from my sir, that good boys, puppies, subs of whatever nomenclature, they deserve or they get leather. A way of saying I appreciate your journey. Here's a way of saying I recognize a part of your journey, but I couldn't afford to give leather to every single person that I thought was good. Being trans and being a self-made man, I wanted to make these leather things for people.
So you make your own leather?
I make my own leather. It's Howling Pup Leather Crafts. I make some impact stuff, so I like to say that I've got a couple of things to make the puppy howl.
Yeah!
If you have any questions about navigating boundary questions with trans people, fire this way. If you have any questions on how you think being trans affects being in either role, either as a dom, a sub, or a puppy, or anything like that.
So he's gonna be in the comments below when he can.
Yeah.
Answering questions from you guys. Remember to hit that like button as hard as you can with the BDSM implement.
You show that like button who's the fucking sadist.
Yeah, you do. Don't forget to subscribe to What's a Safeword, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ooh, drill it in. I don't care. It's my show. Swear on it if you like. Insert all the things.